could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? Been trying to change what I've been trying to say. Words don't come straight from my head to my mouth. It's such a shame that it fell out of place. Was never me that was bringing you down. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more?
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. Hello and welcome to AGT ACC Season 2. And just like that, we're at round 9 and the American Super Sprint. And we are approaching the pointy end of the season. And let me tell you, there's only a handful of points left up for grabs as our drivers head to Laguna Seca for the final sprint round of the season. All eyes will be on Matt Dernedde this weekend to see if he can wrap up the title with a round to spare in what has been truly a breakout season for him and CP Motorsports. Can Simon Bishop, Josh Struik or Matty Simmons even take the challenge up to him? We'll wait and see. And don't forget about the Pro-Am class and Am class are tied on points. So plenty of stories here tonight up and down the grid. We cannot wait to get into tonight's action. But before we head out on to the track, it's time to introduce the voice, Mr. AGT himself, back for round 9 of this championship. You know who I'm talking about out there. It's the one, the only, Isaac Fogarty. Good evening to you, Isaac. It's going to be a cracker here tonight in the good old US of A.
Yes, good evening, Trev. Good evening, everybody watching along at home. Thank you so much for joining us. Round 9, we are back in the land of the US and A. Last time we were here, we had an endurance race, the longest format we do here at AGT. Now we've got the shortest format with the 2 30-minute sprint races that lay ahead. And for those of you at home who are a little bit curious about this track, if you haven't heard of Laguna Seca, where have you been? You must be living under a rock. But it is obviously here in California, the lovely California. 3.6 kilometers. We've used this existing layout since 1988, and it's 11 corners, 6 to the left, 5 to the right. Surprised the Americans know what a right turn is, but man, this circuit does it well. Of course, including, Trev, the famous corkscrew, which could catch a few drivers out tonight, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Absolutely.
It's caught me out on a few license tests on Gran Turismo over the years, but we are in for an absolute cracker here this evening. Let's recap on this season. Isaac, it has gone super fast. Round 1, it doesn't seem like that long ago, does it? The Italian job, and then the Spanish Super Sprint. We had a couple of goes at that. That was, well, it wasn't the first Super Sprint round, of course. Then we headed to Silverstone for round 3. Round 4 was the King of the Ring, our first official sprint weekend, of course. And then round 5, the American Grand Prix. Who could forget that qualifying session? I know I certainly won't for a long, long time. Round 6 was the TrackSpotTV Challenge. And then round 7 was the community vote, of course. And then round 8 was just last Sunday, actually, the Belgian Grand Prix. And another absolutely epic finish towards the end of that race. But let's take a look at the drivers' standings here. And as we said off the top of our program, Isaac, Matt Dernedde has one hand on the AGT Season 2 Championship trophy, but there's still plenty of points up for grabs tonight and, of course, next week for the grand finale. And I'm looking down at the Am class as well. That is all tied up coming into this evening.
Yeah, there's big opportunities for Matt Dernedde to wrap this one up tonight if he can do a great job. If he comes away with a 228-point lead after tonight over Simon Bishop or Josh Struik, then that championship is as good as his. No one can take it off him, but that means there's a lot of pressure on him tonight. He's been lapping pretty quickly, but they all have. They were 1, 2, 3 in practice last time we checked, Trev. So it's going to be a spicy battle at the top. Obviously, Adam Gray, Bob Norley, Max Silver, 1, 2, 3 in the Pro-Am class, back within 100 points of each other. So that championship is closed up for the first time since we left Watkins Glen. Obviously, Bob Norley sat out Bathurst, which meant he lost a lot of points to Adam Gray, but they've clawed that back. That's going to be something to keep a very close eye on. Hopefully, Bob and Max can have a great night tonight, set themselves up for that finale to try and challenge for the Pro-Am title. And then, as you pointed out, Trev, what is really exciting is that the 2 Kiwi pit lane teammates, Ian Stewart, Wayne Tanner, they are tied on points coming into tonight. Absolutely tied, all square, 326 points apiece. And that means that championship could go either way for both of those drivers.
Absolutely. Keep an eye out on those all-important championship points as we take a look across at the team. CP Motorsport still with a handy lead there, Isaac. TTR West and Southside not too far behind them, but still plenty to play out in that midfield group, and still plenty on offer, isn't there, lower down the team's championship in the penultimate round?
Still quite a lot on offer, Trev, you are correct. So CP Motorsports, they've grown that gap a little bit. Southside and Westside are pretty close on points, only 24 points between them coming into this. A bit of a gap back to Team XV Primer, but keep an eye on Defy Motorsports, Cactus Racing 2, TTR Eastside and CP Racing. They're all incredibly close on points and within 100 points of each other, all three teams actually. So 7th to 10th is very much undecided at this stage. So hopefully we can see some of those teams start to pull back some points, close up that championship fight, and maybe someone outside the top 10 could come into the mix as well if something doesn't go their way tonight. But that's definitely something to keep an eye on, is all those drivers.
Absolutely, always important to keep an eye on that as we take a look at the format for this evening. Round 9, penultimate round of this season. It is the American Super Sprint here. 2 10-minute qualifying sessions followed by 2 30-minute races. It's going to be short, sharp, and a very fast, exciting evening of racing. No pit stops required, and the weather, which looks quite nice in the background there, is fixed, of course. So not too many issues there whatsoever, but we might have a quick mention of this track as well, Foggy. Like you mentioned, the famous or infamous corkscrew. It's going to be a very challenging night for the drivers around this circuit.
It's going to be an incredibly challenging night. That corkscrew, it is very unforgiving, and it's one of the most challenging corners in motorsport in general. I would think so steep, 55 meters of elevation change to go through just in that section alone, to go from the top to the bottom. It almost falls away from, it's like a cliff. And there's plenty of sausage curbs around here as well to catch our drivers out. Turn 6 especially has a very healthy sausage curb, and turn 4 as well has been catching a few drivers out. So keep an eye on that. Turn 2 as well, which is the hairpin. It's not turn 1 like I have been touting it as during the week. It is turn 2, the big hairpin at the end of the front straight. That is going to be a key passing opportunity, and the first opportunity for drivers to make up positions in both races. And we'll have to keep a very close eye that there's no contact through those corners off the start. So very excited to see how this plays out, and I believe we're not too far away from qualifying, Trav.
We certainly are not. You read my mind, because we are ready to head out on to the circuit for the first qualifying session here this evening. And here we are now into qualifying here, and there are some very familiar names at the top, and I say that with a bit of a laugh, because Simon Bishop 1, Josh Struik 2, Matty Simmons in 3rd there. Look at these names, but I'm not seeing a very familiar one there. Is that Matt Dernedde yet to set a time in this session as we welcome in Wayne, Isuzu, Brian and Duster. The chat is also going off here tonight, Foggy, halfway through this opening qualifying session. Some familiar names there, but where is Matt Dernedde at the moment?
Well, that's the thing, Trev. Maybe just biding his time, not setting a lap just yet. You have a look. I believe we have over 30 cars. He has set a lap time now. Not entirely indicative for him. 1.3 seconds off, so that's into the low 23s for Matt Dernedde. That's very uncharacteristic. We haven't seen super fast times now. The track is optimum, so we should be seeing some quick lap times. We've only seen Simon Bishop do a 22.2. We saw 21.4s in practice, so there's definitely a much higher ceiling in terms of the pace these drivers have. And we will see faster times before this session is over, no doubt. Just getting bankers in, getting time set, and this is the difficult part. We saw this in Austria, just how close all these drivers are with the limited track percentage. We looked at 3.6 kilometre circuit. I believe we have 33 drivers in the field tonight. Maybe we'll have to get that number confirmed. Is it 32 drivers? So 32 drivers in the field. That's just over 100 metres of road for each driver. That's not a lot of road when you think about it in the grand scheme of things.
No, certainly isn't. There's some big names yet to set a time. Matt Dernedde, champion-elect, lights flashing there. That looks like a Fogarty Motorsport Junior car. Just jumps out of the way for Matt Dernedde. Can he improve his time? He might be starting to, let's just have a look at what this time is. It's straight to the top. 22.895. And we talked about what sort of times we're expecting here this evening. There's a yellow flag out towards the corkscrew part of this lap, but Matt Dernedde sending a statement to the rest of the field tonight. Matt Simmons got into the 121s, it seems. Oh, and Josh Struik as well, 21.8. What is going on? Just a tenth between the top three at the moment.
Yeah, it's super close between those top three cars. That is Josh Struik, maybe done in this session. He might bolt on another set of tyres and go again, but we'll have to wait and see. Crucially, I've noticed Liam Tame as well. He's sitting in 5th place at the moment. We haven't seen too much of Liam this season, had other commitments that have kept him out from round to round, but he's back tonight, and he was in Austria, struggled for pace in Austria. He's not struggling for pace here, only 3 tenths off the current pole time of Josh Struik. The question now becomes, can this man go faster? This is the man that has to put the pressure on Matt Dernedde for the championship. If Simon Bishop wins both races tonight, which is very possible, given it is, in fact, Simon Bishop, Matt Dernedde will need to finish 3rd in both races to wrap up the championship. So if Simon wins both, Matt has to be on the podium. Otherwise, the championship goes to the final round based on based on maths. So this is the pressure is on Simon, but the pressure is also on Matt. There's a lot of pressure. I wouldn't want to be either of these guys in this situation, Trevor. I'm much happier just sitting in the commentary box watching it all unfold.
Absolutely. He's got a bit of traffic here, Simon Bishop. So he's going to be touch and go, isn't he? He really needs to get a move on with a bit over 2 minutes remaining in this first qualifying session. Good evening, says Nitro's mum. Looking forward to another great race. And Simon Bishop wide there. In fact, is he that's ruined his lap on this occasion, and is he going to have a chance? I believe he's going to make it around for another crack at this, but he's going to have to get a move on. Get your voting in, by the way. Can Matt Dernedde wrap up the championship tonight? That is what we're asking. It's an 80-20 split in favour of Matt Dernedde. Yes, he can wrap up this championship tonight. And good to see Liam Tame up there. BCG well represented in this first session.
And they've got a big name in tonight. There's no Cameron Fleming this evening, and they've only gone and hired Lewis Atkinson, also known as HC Lewis, to replace him. So they've got what I would refer to as a super sub in the seat, and he is in 7th place at the moment. A man who said earlier today had not turned a lap on this game in anger since last year, but you wouldn't know it. He's brushed off the cobwebs very quickly and already only 5 tenths off the pole time of Josh Struik. So he's looking very racy at the moment.
Certainly is. Just 1 minute to go. Can you believe it? 1 minute in this session. Look how close it is. Struik in first. Dernedde, well, we've seen this a few times, but Atkinson is looking a little bit out of shape there on that occasion. He's also got some traffic up ahead in one of the Mercedes cars, but this is a busy track map, and you can see they're quite evenly spaced, but I wonder if traffic will become an issue, Isaac, with 30 cars out on the circuit here, jostling for a final run in qualifying on a hot lap here.
Yeah, well, that's certainly going to be what we're asking.
Oh my.
Crucially, I've noticed... Whoa.
Nitro's mum, did you see that? Look at this, a 21.852. I hope she's got us on the big screen, Foggy, because that is the identical time. It's happening again.
Where have we seen this before, Trev? Every time we come to America, the pole time seemed to match what is going on. Will Josh Struik be able to improve, though? Maybe change that number. Matt Dernedde, he's on a lap now, so this is crucial times for these drivers to try and improve. Looks like Simon Bishop will not be improving. He's tapped out and will have to resign to at least 5th in this session. But Matt Simmons is pushing on. Matt Dernedde is pushing on. Is Josh Struik pushing on for another lap? We'll have to wait and see, I think.
Oh, so many. Oh, off. Struik is off the road. Off the circuit. Henderson is back in the pits. Nitro's mum loving that. It's all down to this man, Dernedde, but I think Simmons is ahead of him. Can he improve here, Foggy? Let's see this one home.
let's have a look. What can he do? Across the line.
Ooh.
He does improve. Only 100th away. Matt Dernedde currently 4 100ths away. So 4 100ths, less than a 10th between the top 4 cars. That is absolutely insane. Look at the slide in the rear end. He's got that car tuned so loose just to find any sort of time that he can. This is the crucial braking zone now for Matt Dernedde. Can he improve this time? Let's find out. On the power towards the finish line. What is it going to be? He does not improve, so that stays as the pole times for... Oh, Simon Bishop's improved!
Oh!
Simon Bishop has improved. He's gone 100th clear of Josh Struik and Braden Henderson, and now the top 5 are within 500ths of a second of each other, Trevor Byers.
Unbelievable. This is incredible. And none of them. Henderson getting the quickest middle sector. Dernedde getting the fastest first and third. I'm not sure how that works out. It's a funny game, this one, Isaac, isn't it? But look at that. 21.842, 21.852, 21.852, and a 21.862. 200ths between the top 4. That is a seriously close grid here.
That is, I'm speechless. Every time we go qualifying in this league this season, something happens like this, and it just leaves us absolutely speechless. Those times, insane. The top 11 cars within a second of each other as well. So that's nothing to scoff at either. But what a qualifying session. If that's anything to go by, as we see, I believe that's Braden Henderson glitching around a bit. And hopefully he can settle on the grid in time for this race. There we go. It looks like he's set on the grid now. So I think we're okay. Oh, I hope he's gone again. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully he settles into the grid fine for the formation lap, but we'll keep an eye on it.
We know Mum's got the big screen going tonight. Thank you, Nitro's Mum. Thank you, Christy there. Good luck, everyone. You're all champions. But this is the final countdown. I know the viewers don't want me to sing, but what a session that was. And Simon Bishop, in many respects, has done everything that he needed to do. His main championship rival is down there in P5. What was Matt Dernedde doing by the standards of that session, Isaac? It was a pretty ordinary lap from our champion-elect.
20 seconds.
Well, it wasn't a terrible lap, but he's gone from provisional 2nd to provisional 5th now, and that's not where he'll want to be with only
10 seconds.
Well, a lot to do if he wants to get on get the championship done tonight. And the man that is sitting on pole is the man that can take it off, and the man on the front row as well. So Matt Dernedde, he's got a big ask ahead of him tonight if he wants to get that championship all wrapped up. But it looks like we are missing Braden Henderson maybe. He's in the pit lane, I don't know. Trying to get a closer look at what's happening, but it looks like Braden Henderson's in the pit lane and will miss the formation lap. So that's incredibly frustrating for the man that qualified 3rd. He will not be happy about that. He'll be kicking himself. And it seems like some sort of technical issue there for the man in 3rd place.
Absolutely. Let's take a look, though. There's plenty of other battles to play out. Matty Boyd, there also known as Mr. Worldwide, getting it done in the AM class. And Tanner and Stewart, nothing separating these two as well. And boy, oh boy, dead even coming in to this evening as we're underway on the formation lap. I have not seen a qualifying session that amazing since, well, last month really, Watkins Glen. That's how great it was. And hit drive, but the car teleported to the pits. A little birdie telling me, Foggy, that there's some issues going on there for Braden Henderson, and that is devastating for him, considering how well he went in qualifying. In the space of about 12 seconds, he went from equal first down to about 3rd, I think, wasn't it? Now he's back in the pit lane, so unfortunate for him.
Yeah, that's very strange. Seems like a game glitch there for Braden Henderson, so not entirely sure what happened. That's very frustrating, and I don't know if there is actually much I can do to help that. haven't seen that happen too much. I know sometimes the game takes all control away from you. You can't click and you have to restart the game, but I've never heard of it clicking drive and then just putting you in the pit lane. That's definitely a new one. So that's very frustrating, and I'm so sorry, Braden, that has happened. But hopefully there's still a chance for you to move forward in this race. And obviously there's a second race coming up later as well. But all eyes will go to this race to start off with, Trev.
Absolutely, and that's the beauty about these sprint rounds. If things go wrong in qualifying, in the first qualifying or the first race, you've got another crack at it. But we're looking at Simon Bishop there. We've got 30 plus cars getting ready to just thunder into the Andretti hairpin, which is not turn one. As you said, Isaac, it's not turn one, is it? It's turn two. And turn one, of course, is the slight kink after the start-finish straight. But we're almost ready to get underway here. On the start-finish straight we go. It's Bishop, Struik, Simmons and Dernedde. Dernedde there inheriting fourth place. Everyone else jumping up the grid. And it looks like a Ferrari there as well in the pits, but we are away. Not quite yet. I'm getting excited for this one. Green flags. It means go, go, go. We are away. And Simon Bishop is just where he needs to be if he can stay in this championship fight. As down the inside goes Simmons alongside with Struik, but it's Simon Bishop leading through the Andretti hairpin towards turn 3 here, Foggy. Clean start from the front guys.
It is a clean start, and that's exactly what Simon Bishop has needed to get off here. Obviously not getting the start he would have wanted. Josh Struik missed out on converting that front row. So that's two races in a row where he started on the front row and fallen backwards almost immediately. Now coming under pressure from Matt Dernedde, and the drive-through for Braden Henderson to stop go 30 for James Barton. That is extremely frustrating for Braden Henderson. He will not be happy at all. It looks like, though, for the most part, we're off to a clean start in this race. And everyone has been relatively issue-free at this stage. Look at Max Silva up into 11th place already in the Pro-Am class, right behind the Pro-Am class leader of Adam Gray. So that's a great start for him as well. And he needs to get some valuable points on that man in front of him tonight if he wants to get away. But it is lap 1, and we are clean. There's yellow flags at the corkscrew. Who is that is facing the wrong way, trying to get a look at the car number? And can't quite work it out. I still can't figure out who that is, Trevor Byers, but there was a car, and James Machen has gone back to the pits, so an issue for him early in this race as well.
Machen into the pits there. You can see 193, the Mustang. Max Silva there, just doing very nicely indeed as Simon Bishop picks up the fastest lap. Bishop and Simmons, 1-2. And let's recap then. It's Struik, Dernedde, then Liam Tame, who just popped up, didn't he, and said Ohio gozaimasu. And then Lewis Atkinson right behind him, if you don't mind. That's actually the Lewis Atkinson, if you don't mind. Aidan Holton, Adam Elzine, the young man. He's going to learn a thing or two here, Foggy, because look at the pressure from Carter Gray Silver behind him.
This is where the champions are made. This is where you are. This is where you earn your keep, as some would say, with this pressure that he's got behind him at the moment. And look at these cars running through the corkscrew. Lovely, they flow over those curves down the hill. So aggressive. Just so pointed, these cars. Oh, it's right on the rear bumper now. Oh, it's a huge moment for Max Silva. He's done well to catch that. He caught out on the sausage curb. That car was all four wheels off the ground, bouncing like a kangaroo. He's done well to save it, but it's cost him time.
It certainly has. I don't see too many kangaroos in this part of the world usually here in the great state of California. There goes Max Silva, and what a name that is. He is doing very well currently on for Silva in the Pro-Am, but he'll be looking for gold. Adam Gray just a bit further ahead of him there, then Hammond, of course, in the other Porsche. Only two of them in the field here this evening. I'm not sure what happened to James Machen. Henderson Barton as well is back in the pit lane to serve a stop-go 30. Then it's Burrows there, Bob Norley, Wayne Tanner, and the AM class as well. Wayne Tanner, not a great start for him, but he's got an opportunity to make amends as there's some yellow flags out again. There's a car going slowly. Is it Henderson? He's still got a stop-go 30 next to his name here.
I think he's just, well, he's got to stop go 30, which means he violated the pit entrance. This has been really frustrating for Braden Henderson to drive through and to stop go 30. This is not the race he would have wanted after such a good qualifying. He was asking for a server restart, but unfortunately, with an error like that is found in-game, it's just too much time for us to go back and reset the entire grid. We have to enter all the grid results manually from qualifying, which means we have to get our hands on the I have to get my hands on the qualifying results. It's a big ask. We just weren't able to do it, which is extremely frustrating. But thankfully, the beauty of a sprint race, Trev, is that we get to do it all again in just over half an hour's time, which means he gets another shot, another bite at the cherry, if you will. So hopefully, race 2 will be a lot better for Braden Henderson.
Absolutely. Don't forget second chance draw, of course. Take 2. He'll have another opportunity. But Matty Simmons right up behind his old sparring partner and his best buddy on Gran Turismo, of course, Simon Bishop. These two, they visit each other quite regularly, of course, in New Zealand and Australia. But there's going to be no love lost there, that's for sure. Well, there is, actually. They do like each other quite a bit. As Struik now all over the curbs. Then Dernedde, where is he sitting in terms of the championship? Does he just need to stay calm? Does his team need to get on the radio and just tell him to calm down? It's thinking about the points, isn't it, for this championship?
Well, that's the question that we'll be asking throughout this evening. Currently, Simon Bishop is scoring 75 points and Matt Dernedde is scoring 60 points. So it is a 15-point swing in the way of Simon Bishop at this stage, which means that Matt Dernedde would have to would have to finish second or third in the next race to lock it up, to make sure it's definitely secure. But at the moment, he's doing enough. He doesn't need to do anything silly at this stage of the race. Just sit where he is, not fall further back. The last thing he wants to do is have a dive, have a move up the inside, make contact and cost himself more time. So he's doing everything he needs to do at the moment. It's a big slide for Atkinson in the background. I just caught that out of the corner of my eye. I think he's caught that and he's pushed on. He's got Liam Tame for company at the moment. So the BCG reserve driver battling the BCG team owner, and it is currently BCG 1, 2, and 5, 6. So all 4 BCG cars in the top 6.
Very well represented there, as I might just jump across to see whether we've got a couple of yellow flags out here. I think it's car number 16 on my screen. Adam Elzine, and there's another one off. Oh, they're everywhere. They're off everywhere. A Mercedes there as well. And boy, oh boy, we saw some yellow flags, and a Ferrari is off at the corkscrew.
That was a huge incident down the bottom. It's a huge incident down the bottom, just at the exit of turn 4. There's another car off here. That is Mark Hurley. It's still going on here. Shepherd is off the road. I believe that is Shepherd. Flying it, I think it is Shepherd. So yeah, it is off the road. That was started, I believe, by Adam Elzine having a spin and then making contact with a bunch of cars, which included Bob Norley. And Shepherd is still struggling, and he's just not got a lot of grip at the moment. He may have to think about just returning that car, towing that car to pits. Adam Gray is in the lane. So the championship leader for the Pro-Am class is in the lane, which hands the championship with a race lead at the Pro-Am class to Max Silva. So Max Silva, both his main championship rivals are in the pits with damage repairs. This is great for the 75 car.
Unbelievable, and boy, the great news for Max Silva. Love that name. And he is doing very nicely indeed. Hutton, though, just 1 second further back. Absolute carnage there. And we can see Elzine, Norley, Gray into the pits. Then Shepherd continuing on, but he must have considerable damage, and I wouldn't be surprised. You can see the snake livery there. He's into the pits. No surprises there, Foggy.
No surprises. That is a very smart call. Come to the lane, get the damage repaired, and this is something I sort of wasn't hoping to see here at Laguna Seca, but I'll be honest, Trev, with the nature of this circuit and how small it is, how tight it is, I wouldn't say I'm entirely shocked. Adam Gray is going to have to be very aware, because he's coming out of the lane into this lead group of cars. So he's going to be very switched on, very alert. We've got another yellow flag. That is James Hammond down at the corkscrew, was causing a yellow flag. He was facing the wrong way, now uses a gap in traffic to get going again. That's very smart from he's a reserve driver driving for Pinnacle Motorsports tonight. And that was a very smart move, just to wait until the train had gone through, gotten out of the way. But Adam Gray, we'll have to keep an eye on him because he will be getting blue flags left, right, and centre at the moment.
Blue flags, blue flags. Remember that famous song that appeared on social media all those years ago with Sebastian Vettel's voice? But look at this, right at the front. 1, 2, 3, and 4 all together. Simon Bishop, Matty Simmons, Struik, and Dernedde. BMWs galore inside the top 7. 6 out of 7 are BMWs. Can you believe it? They are enjoying this racing circuit here this evening. And so we'll just keep an eye on this and how quick this battle is developing. Is that Dernedde having a look down the inside? Team radio, you can imagine what they'll be saying to him, but he's very close here, Isaac, onto the start-finish straight.
Very close, and they've got a lap car coming out of the lane. I believe that's Bob Norley. So again, lap traffic could play a factor here. He gets out of the way. That's very smart. Just waiting for this lead train to go through yet again. They were told in the pre-race briefing not to get in the way, especially considering the championship battles we have going on. And this is very close at the moment between two championship combatants. The lead guys, Sam Bishop and Matt Simmons, are starting to pull away from these two a little bit. And I think that maybe is due to Josh Struik just not having the pace early on here. The Mustang not as quick as he would like it to be, I don't think. Just looking at the graphic on our screen, the top cars, Trevor Byers, we have 6 BMWs and 2 Fords in the top 8. You talk about parity. I think that's we might need to revisit the parity a little bit if we've got 6 BMWs in the top 8 and 2 Fords. It does seem very dominated at this stage by 1 or 2 manufacturers.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. And there's some Ferraris and Mercedes further down the field who'll be worried about what's going on. But Matt Dernedde, look at this. Is he closer on this lap? And my goodness, has the corkscrew caught another victim? Can't quite see who that is. Could potentially be car number 57, which is Gray. No, he's having a great old time of it, but let's take a look at what Matt Dernedde was going to do. He's not quite close enough, but my goodness, does he have to do something different here? No pit stops either, of course. 30 minutes of pure racing action here. Sprint, then qualifying again, and then another sprint, but they are clearing Lewis Atkinson. 4.9 seconds is the gap, and he's got Liam Tame for company right behind him, and he's giving him nothing at the moment.
Liam Tame's going to say arigato if he can get past. He wants that place. He wants to get past Lewis Atkinson, BCG1. They have not had the best season. Obviously, our reigning teams championship champions currently sitting, I believe, 4th in the team standings at the moment, so not exactly where they want to be in terms of their title defense, and a lot of work for them to do to catch back up before the end of this race, before the end of this season, really, if they want to claw back some points. This is a great opportunity for them to do that with them sitting at 1st and 6th, but I'm sure William Tame would like them to be 1st and 5th. That would put a big smile on his face, I have no doubt. Looking at our Pro-Am class, it is Max Silver and Nathan Hutton battling away with for the lead of this class. They've dropped Riley Nicholson by 8 seconds, so this is just a little battle performing between these two at the moment. Max Silver, if I was him, I wouldn't necessarily try and fight this too hard. I'm going to get a big point swing in this race over my key rival is in Adam Gray and Bob Norley. So I would just sort of, if Nathan wants to push the point here, sorry, I'm going to try and find my words, but wants to push the point here, I would let him go. And crucially as well, I've noticed, Trevor Byers, we had 2 AM drivers, Ian Stewart, Wayne Tanner, come into this race tied on points. Ian Stewart's currently 18th, Wayne Tanner is 21st, so that's swinging the way of Ian Stewart at the moment. Absolutely
love keeping an eye on all of these battles. We'll get back to the front in just a few moments. There is Ian Stewart, car number 95 in the Aston Martin, and he's doing very nicely ahead of Wayne Tanner and Matthew Boyd, as you can see there. P3 for him at the moment. There in Mr. Worldwide, as he's known. Another yellow flag out for car number 82. And that might be Bob Norley. No, he's back in the pits now, I beg your pardon, so it can't be him. But if we head back to the front now, Matt Dernedde is absolutely flying across to lap 10. Can you believe it? Lap 10 of this race already. And we're not even at half race distance here. We are approaching the halfway mark in race 1 here. Matt Dernedde, this looks very close. It looks a little bit closer than last time we checked in with this lead, this awesome foursome at the front.
Yeah, it's starting to, they've found their way back. So Josh Struik is starting to get his pace there a little bit as he runs wide on the exit of turn 3. But they're starting to get their mojo back. They've closed back up and we're now back to a little four-way battle for the lead of this race. What a stressful thing this would be for Matt Simmons and Josh Struik to be caught in the middle of this. But then again, I don't think Matt Simmons even knows what the word stress means, Trev. I don't think he's ever heard of it.
No, we'd have to spell it for him, that's for sure. Oh my goodness me, that's brave. That's brave. Is it too brave? Let's wait and see. And, oh, I thought we would see him having a crack there as I'm sorry about that. I've lost the audio there, but I'm back now. And 15 minutes, half the race gone, half still to go, and Matt Dernedde has his head on, and yes, I'm sure he does have his head screwed on there, but he is very quick, and you can see Matty Simmons and Simon Bishop still going at it, then Lewis Atkinson, Liam Tame, Aidan Holton, all on his lonesome there. So I tell you one thing, in terms of class, we've got top 8 in the Pro class, and then Pro-Am, but now Hutton, has he dropped a little bit further back from Max Silver there? Then it's 8 seconds back to Nicholson and Joy as well. It's getting very close as we see right down the order here. There's a yellow flag out again. What is going on down there at the corkscrew? It's taking victim after victim, and it's Ian Stewart. It's Ian Stewart here, M-class leader.
That is huge for Ian Stewart. That might swing things back in the way of Wayne Tanner, and I'm pretty sure it will. And he'll be kicking himself. He had a very comfortable lead out in front for the AM class, was 18th on the road. Wayne Tanner was a fair way back, and that will swing back in favour of Wayne Tanner now. That is incredibly frustrating for the Kiwi pit lane driver, I have no doubt. And we will now see exactly where he falls to. It looks like he's going to fall to 24th position, so still not terrible, but not great either, as Bob Norley now leaves the pit lane once again. But that now changes the outlook of this M-Class Championship and swings the scales back in favour of Wayne Tanner again.
It certainly does, but Mr. Worldwide is not too far behind. Hurley as well. There he's, of course, Pro Class, but then it's Stewart having that moment, Twining as well in the Mercedes. James Machin now is, well, I'm not too sure what we think of his race. He's usually up at the pointy end of proceedings, but not having the sort of race he would like. Dernedde up to second. My goodness me, he's got to be in his bonnet, this man.
Yeah, he's up to seconds. This was huge for Matt Dernedde. This is exactly what he needs to put himself in a strong position to lock down this championship. He now is only going to be 5 points dropped to Simon Bishop if it stays this way with 12 minutes left in this race. But that is a great move. I can't believe we missed that double overtake from Matt Dernedde there, because that would have been a sight to see, I'm sure. And now he can try and set his sights on the man leading this race, his key championship rival. If he can finish ahead of Simon Bishop here, it's pretty much all but over. We'll have to run the maths for you, obviously, as we get into the second race once they do finish this race. But I have no doubt if he can finish where he is, or even get ahead of the man currently in first place, it's pretty much all but locked up for Matt Dernedde.
So you're still saying there's a chance, because you never know. But my goodness me, he is super quick here this evening. And Matt Dernedde, also the fastest lap, like I mentioned, of course. But it is not over until it is over completely. That is for sure there. As you can see now, here on lap 13, it is Bishop, then Dernedde, Simmons and Struik. Now third and fourth, Atkinson. 6.5 is the gap back to P5. And then Liam Tame not too far behind him. Aidan Holton in 8th. And then it is Nick Carter, the hire of that team, there in P8. Then it's Hutton in leading the way. Max Silver 6.2. What has happened there? Max Silver, has he run into some trouble?
That is the question. Has Max Silver run into some trouble? I think he might have. It looks like he maybe has a little bit of damage on that car. Those sausage curves were catching him out earlier, so it could have been a case of repeated history for the 75 car. However, I wouldn't be too concerned from as Max Silver at this stage. Still second in class, 10th on the road. That's a solid grab of points compared to my key championship rival. So this is still a huge swing in the favour of Matt Dernedde. Obviously, we will run the numbers as this race goes on. But this is great for Max Silver still. So he just has to keep it on the road, keep his head down, not get too frustrated, and bring this home.
Yes, absolutely. 10.5 minutes remaining. He just needs to keep a lid on things there for him in P2. But Nicholson is closing. Oh, Nicholson's around. Wow. We've seen this corner catch a few out tonight, Foggy. Yellow flag's out, and Nicholson is struggling. There's no grip out there.
No, there's no grip out there, and that is super frustrating for Riley Nicholson. Was third in class. That was going to be his best class result yet, and he has now spun the car, dropped all the way back to 14th and 6th in class, just behind Les Samwith, the man who had a very up and down season, but performed strongly last time out at Spa, and we'll be hoping for much of the same again today. Currently running in 15th place. So Riley Nicholson has to reset himself again now as well. We talk about when we have a moment like this, it's so easy to get frustrated, to overdrive the car. You can see the front end of the car wiggling through that corner there. That shows he's just got a little bit of oversteer. The car is carrying too much speed. It's not doing what he wants it to do. He just needs to recenter himself. Riley Nicholson, I've driven with him in enduro races before. He is one to get frustrated quite easily. He's very hard on himself. He's his own worst critic, as I'm sure we all are from time to time. I know I certainly am. But he just needs to center himself, take a few deep breaths, get back in the focus, which is really hard to do around here because you're just busy pretty much the entire lap. There's no real time to stop and breathe.
No, there is not. And you can see, can Matt Dernedde wrap up the championship? That was our question to our beautiful viewers out there. Quick update on that. 11 votes, 82%. A resounding yes for Matt Dernedde being able to wrap up the championship tonight. And given where he is, still 0.4 of a second behind our race leader, Simon Bishop. This is very, very similar to, well, he can't do much more, can he, Simon Bishop? He's leading the race and absorbing all sorts of pressure from Matt Dernedde. I reckon Matt Dernedde's looking very racy here. Down the hill, up, down they go here at the corkscrew. It's like dropping, just a straight drop down, isn't it? One of the most infamous corners on any racing calendar in the world. Don't count out Matty Simmons. Oh, there's a car off in the background. One of the Fogarty Motorsport Junior cars. Was he just getting out of the way?
Boyd. Yes, that's Matt Boyd. There's no Takacs tonight. He is serving his race ban, round ban that he was handed as a result of the moment we had in the sprint race at Bathurst. It was decided by the stewards that he would serve that at the next sprint round, which is this round. So there's no Takacs. So there's only the one Fogarty Motorsport McDonald's BMW tonight, and that is Matt Boyd on your screen. Not going the way he would want it to at the moment tonight, just seeming to struggle a little bit. A bit of front end damage on that car, the bonnet flapping, so a bit of work for him to do. And we can see he's now sandwiched between 4th and 5th on the road, so that lead group is off in front of him, and he's now got the other lead group of Atkinson and Tame, who are now 8 seconds off that battle pack behind. He's gone off the road again. Hopefully he's going to get through there okay. Yeah, he's off facing in the fence. He might have to jump back to the pit lane, I'd say.
Absolutely. It didn't look good, did it? Certainly there for Matty Boyd. And also to his teammates serving that race ban, of course, after what happened in Bathurst. So we are Takackless tonight. That's a new phrase I guess we've just created. So no Takacs here this evening. 6.5 minutes left. And what always amazes me about these four guys, 5, 6 of them up the front, the quality of these drivers. They can race in such close proximity not just in the sprint rounds, but endurance races as well, and they just never seem to put a foot wrong. These front guys, they are professionals. Foggy, they know exactly what they are doing, and when it comes to knowing what you're doing, Simon Bishop, there's none better in the business.
No, there is not. As a man who has been around the traps quite a number of times over the years, he's done a lot of racing on a lot of different games. He's got so many hours into this. Another yellow flag. I want to see who that is this time. Is that the 79 car still? He's trying to get back to the pit lane. I think it might be. Either that or the 77 car. Can't quite tell. I think it was actually the 77 car. Lights flashing for the man leading this race as they come up on lap traffic now. That is the first of the Kiwi pit lane cars. That will be Ian Stewart that needs to get out of the way of this lead group. And Simon Bishop, he will not want to spend too much time behind this car. Look how the rate of knots they are catching. It's so tricky for him to get out of the way here. They're basically pushing him through this corner. Where is Matt Dernedde? He's caught up on the outs. He's gone around. He's gone around the outside. He's driven off the circuit to go around. And Simon Bishop's going to run him off the road. What is going on here?
Oh, Mika Häkkinen. Do you remember that, Foggy, that move? With the lap traffic many years ago at Spa on Michael Schumacher. I thought we were seeing it all over again. Matt Dernedde using the traffic to his advantage, but it's business as usual. I think Matty Simmons might have lost out too, because they were basically pushing Ian Stewart through that final corner, weren't they? And I felt for him a little bit. He couldn't have quite got him at a worse time there on that particular corner, but Matty Simmons has dropped back to fourth in that lead group. And it gets better, Foggy, because they're coming up to another one of those infamous green cars.
Yes, they certainly are. They're catching Wayne Tanner now. Hopefully not as difficult for him to get past. But again, this is a very difficult section of circuit to let anyone pass. We were told in qualifying, the driver's briefing, not to make any sudden movements. Don't just drive off the circuit. Don't do anything silly. Matt Dernedde's off the road. He hit the curb. He hit the sausage curb, and he's gone off the road. That is huge. I saw that out the corner of my eye. He just took way too much corner, bounced across the sausage curb like we've seen a couple drivers do, and that has now thrown him. Thankfully, he has not lost any more than one position, but it has put him into third, and that is a huge moment. He'll definitely need to change pants.
Absolutely. I'd be getting the underwear drawer out very quickly, because 3.5 minutes in this race remaining. Of course, what's better than one qualifying session in one race? Foggy, it's two, and we've got another one coming our way. But Matt Dernedde, thankfully, there's a bit of a gap, isn't there, back to Atkinson. That is the Lewis Atkinson. Lewis and Liam, 5th and 6th. And then Holton, Carter and Hutton. But what a moment for our championship leader. That is the most un-Matt Dernedde thing I have ever seen, as there's some cars glitching, but Tanner still leads in the AM class. Meantime, it is Max Silver leading the way in... No, it's not! Hutton in first in the Pro-Am class. What on earth was I talking about? It is all happening in these shorter races, Foggy. It's incredible to see this in front of our eyes.
Yeah, it's not short of action. I'm sure there'll be plenty of frustrated drivers up and down the field. None less than our race leader, Simon Bishop. Almost lost that race lead due to a lapped car getting in the way. And I'm sure that Bob Norley, who's currently sitting in the pit lane, he's not going to be too thrilled either with how this race has gone after that incident where the Porsche driver, Adam Elzine, just sort of thought he was clear of traffic, tried to turn the car around, get out of the way, and there was a massive line of traffic that came through at the wrong time. So he's a young bloke, only 14 years of age, so he's plenty of time to learn, plenty of opportunity to use this as a learning experience. Obviously, the stewards will look at it and assess how they view the incident and what happened, but as definitely a learning opportunity for the young Porsche driver to move forward with. And Matt Simmons, he's just not really keeping up now, maybe carrying a bit of damage. That is the question that I have. I can't really see any visible signs that there is damage on that car, but ever since that moment with the lapped car earlier, he's just sort of lost pace to this lead group.
Absolutely. Whether he made some contact or something, I'm not quite sure, but we've only got 90 seconds left in this race, and he is doing his thing. Dernedde, they're up in third position. and Hutton, Silver, Lee. The Ferrari, the highest the Ferrari is 11th on the road, 3rd in the Pro-Am class. And car number 59, Hammond, is off. There is something going on when it comes to green Porsches in the corkscrew, because that's another Porsche off at that part of the circuit. And there's somebody else off, car number 43. What on earth? It's Griffin, who's back in the pit. No, he's back out onto the circuit here.
Right, man. The leader is on the
What is going on here? This is all happening. It's I don't know where to look. 49 seconds in this race. The race is almost over. Trev, what is going on? Where is the time gone? 21 laps gone in this race. And I don't think it has stopped from start to finish. Matt Boyd is off the circuit, right off the circuit. And just getting away. I'm not really sure what's actually going on here for the 79 car. Let's keep a close eye on that. But we throw back to this man. This will be the final lap of the race, Trev. So good news for the man leading this race. It's almost over. Bad news, he's going to have to do it all again very shortly.
Absolutely, not for the first time this week. He's on the final lap of a race and under immense pressure, incredible pressure as we approach the corkscrew for the final time. And of course, pressure is this man's middle name. 3, 2, 1, 0. It all comes down to this. Through the final couple of corners, can Struik have a chance? Can he find a gap? If you don't go for a gap, you know what the drill is. You're not a racing driver, but he comes down to the final corner. He runs wide. Will he attempt to go down the inside? There's some traffic there off to the side, but I reckon Bishop's got this one.
Yeah, Bishop's got this one. He's going to win race 1 here at Laguna Seca. Takes out the first race of the American Super Sprint. Josh Struik in second. Crucially, for his championship hopes, Matt Dernedde is in 3rd. Matt Simmons finishes 4th, and Lewis Atkinson has let Liam Tame go on the line. So Lewis Atkinson has pulled over, let Liam Tame go, and Aiden Holton will come home in 7th. So 6 BMWs in the top 7. Nick Carter will break that trend, just holds on over Nathan Hutton, who closed right up. Max Silver, for his championship hopes, will hold on for 10th in this race. Wayne Tanner takes out the race win here, and we'll get I believe it's either a 2 or 1 point swing in his favour over his championship rival / teammate in Ian Stewart.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the final standings there, and let's get a shot of that one. What a race. Not for the first time, like I said, this week. Simon Bishop dealing with the pressure. Just 4 tenths between them, between him and Struik there. Good to see one Mustang up there. Of course, in P2, Matt Dernedde in 3rd. Brilliant for his championship. Matt Simmons, Liam Tame. Some funny business going on there as well. Liam is faster than you. Confirm you acknowledge. And letting him through there, that famous team order, as we continue to get ready for the second qualifying session, of course. But recapping the rest of those results for you. Bishop winning, of course, ahead of Josh Struik in the Pro class. Dernedde in 3rd. Then Simmons, Liam Tame was faster. Liam, then Lewis, 5th and 6th. 7th was Aiden Holton. 8th for Nick Carter. And then our winner in the Pro-Am class, Nick Hutton, ahead of Max Silver. Finally, a Ferrari up there in 3rd. And then Wayne Tanner, I believe, Isaac Fogarty taking the win in the AM class, which, as you mentioned, is creating a little bit of a point swing there, as we've got all the possibilities in this championship. You are crunching numbers right there.
So yeah, you'll have to bear with me during this next qualifying session and race. I will be bringing you all the numbers. I'm going to do it all live and do my little data entries, just to try and give everybody a bit of an understanding of what this race could look like, what the championship picture could look like as a result of that race, and as a result of the race again tonight, the second race. So the crucial thing for me is, what does it look like for Matt Dernedde? What does he have to do in this second race to lock the championship up tonight? Where does he have to finish if Simon Bishop wins again? The other question for me is, what does it now look like for Max Silver? Obviously, he finished in 10th place. His championship rivals right down the back end of the top 30, right down the back end of the field. So they have a lot of work to do. He's clawed back some crucial points tonight.
Absolutely. Do not go anywhere. We're getting ready. We're counting down to our second qualifying session of the evening. And recapping, if you missed race 1, well, that's very naughty, but we will forgive you, of course. There's plenty happening there, of course, across both the Adrenaline AGT, Adrenaline GT YouTube channel, of course. We're over on Twitch with TrackSpotTV. This broadcast being brought to you by TrackSpot, powered by TrackSpotTV. Head over to the website, allthews.trackspot.tv.com if you want to get involved and join the revolution in the world of sim racing. Head over to the TrackSpot TV website if you want to get involved in a little bit of commentary as well. You could join myself, Liam, big names, of course, as part of the TrackSpot team. Send us a message and we would love to hear from you now as the countdown continues. And I've got a feeling, as my co-commentator is furiously working the numbers in terms of the championship, I was about to say I've got a very strong feeling that we're going to see more of the same in the second qualifying session and more of the same in the second race. Because if that's anything to go by, what about that first qualifying session? They don't get much closer than that, Foggy.
No, they do not get much closer than that. I'm really hoping this next qualifying session will look very much the same between that top 5, maybe even the top 6 if I dare to dream. But that was a very close first qualifying session, less than a tenth, about 0.05 of a second between all those drivers. And hopefully we'll see the same thing again.
I certainly have no doubts about that. Recapping, it was Simon Bishop winning in the pro class from Josh Struik, then Matt Dernedde in third, picked up the fastest lap of the race. That was your top 3 for the pro class, of course, and then it was Nick Hutton winning in the Aston Martin V8, of course, beautiful car, that one, and then Max Silver in the classic Mercedes AMG. Then it was Lee in the Ferrari, and Sandwith not too far behind him at the end of that one. And then Wayne Tanner as well taking out a victory in the AM class. And that is a very tight championship as we see our drivers. They're looking to get out onto the circuit here. They're not wasting any time for qualifying 2 here. They are looking to get very busy on this circuit. 34 degrees track temperature. Now the weather is fixed for those just joining us, Isaac, so no chance of rain here. But you know what the chances are like. It's 100%, but you never quite know.
That's right. It's chances are 100% until they're not, and then it's not 100%. But no, there is no threat of rain today. We have turned off the rain for the sprint races this season. Rest assured, next season, when we go racing in the sprint rounds, there will be rain. So that could mean that we start a 30-minute sprint race with rain happening 15 minutes into the race and everyone has to come to the pits, or you have to stay out. That'll open up strategies. But for now, keep everybody happy. We just run the same solid weather for the entirety of the race, and everyone can just go sprint racing, and it's just a bit of fun. Everyone just goes flat out for 30 minutes and attempts to set the fastest lap times they can. So this is Liam Tame on our screen now, qualified 5th or 6th in that first race, I believe. Did quite well in that qualifying session, and hopefully he continue that trend as we get into the second session.
I'm sure he will. He's in some very good form here this evening, it has to be said. And we know he's a busy man, of course, in various different racing series and racing formats. Big hello once again to everybody out there, of course, on the YouTube chat. Race 1 truly done and dusted, with race 2 just around the corner. And Nitro's mum also looking for a better race from her man, Braden Henderson, of course. Looking forward to the next race coming up. And it's not too far away. 7.5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. Is there going to be any change in those overall qualifying times? Does the track rub it in anymore, or are we looking to see similar times again, Isaac Fogarty, with the 21s? Are we going to see anything quicker than that?
Look, we should see some slightly faster times. The track is more gripped up, a bit more rubbered in, but it is optimum track temperature, so I don't think we're going to see a huge difference in qualifying times, although I have had to eat my words in the past, and I'm definitely prepared to do that here.
Certainly, as you can see now, these times are coming in. 22.5 there on that occasion for Simon Bishop. Liam Tame not too far behind him. Max Silva in the Pro-Am class, and James Barton, who had a race to forget, didn't he? In race one, I think he might have even been stuck in the pits with Braden Henderson there. We saw Henderson with a stop-go 30 penalty, and there was another penalty there for James Barton as the time's starting to tumble as we take a look at some of the big boys, and now coming towards the end of their first qualifying laps. And by the time you get everything all pointing in the right direction, you really only have 2 or 3 possibly goes at it. These sessions are short, and boy oh boy, these corners, they come at you thick and fast.
That they do. This is a very short lap, only 3.6 kilometres this circuit, so a very small circuit, a lot of turning time. You're so busy across the entirety of the lap as the times start to come in. This man on our screen, what can he do as he crosses the line? Matt Simmons, this is a man who is no stranger to putting in a very fast time. Where does he jump up to? He jumps up to 3rd and 1/10 behind the man who currently sits on divisional pole, Simon Bishop. And how quickly will that time be knocked off? We try and find out, and we'll wait to find out. Only 5.5 minutes, so almost half through the session. There we go. Matt Dernedde pretty much matches the pole time from the first race of a 21.8, and we'll see. I'd say that would suggest we will probably go faster in this session if it's being set with over 5 minutes to go, but we'll keep a very close eye on that. 4/10 clear of Liam Tame, who's gone up to 2nd on the road, so he's quick as well. There's plenty of quick cars up and down this field, none less than Max Silva, who sits in 5th place at the moment. That's a great result for the Pro-Am driver.
Fantastic result for Max Silva. And one of our favourites, of course, as you can see here, riding on board with Simon Bishop. He's had a big moment, and he's in the fence. And that could be his session done and dusted. Damage back to the pits. It's a very quick turnaround time here. He's going to have to get straight back out there, is he not? Because he's running out of time.
He is going to have to get straight back out there. And he's got work to do. If he wants to win this championship today, or he wants to leave himself within a shot of this championship, he needs to win the race, because if he wins the race and Matt Dernedde finishes 4th, then that is enough for the championship to be over. So that means that the pressure now gets put onto the man on your screen of Simon Bishop. He needs to perform. He needs a good qualifying here, set himself up to go back to back in the races, and that's what a champion can do. But I'll be honest, even if he does win this race and Matt Dernedde finishes 3rd, it's done and dusted. If he finishes 4th, Matt Dernedde has to score no points in the final round, and I don't know, all you have to do is finish a race in that round and he'll score at least 1 point. So Matt Dernedde would have to not show up. So maybe if that does take place, Simon Bishop might be booking himself on a flight in the next couple of weeks to make sure that there's no signal available for Matt Dernedde to race on.
Absolutely, some usual suspects there. Burrows is struggling. Oh, we've got some contact. There's going to be a few guys not wanting to go to McDonald's at the end of this evening as that Fogarty Motorsport Junior car, and there's someone else bouncing across. Well, this is what we expect here at the corkscrew corner. A little bit of visual damage there as Struik pops up into 2nd. He was down in 7th, but Bishop is only in P6 here. He's got to get on his bike and get a move on. Green flags are out as he starts another lap, but he hasn't had a great run, if I can speak English properly there, with traffic as he comes through the Andretti corner on this circuit. And if he's going to do anything, a 21.6. Has Dernedde gone quicker?
Dernedde has gone quicker, 21.6. So he is flying at the moment on this circuit. He is now 4/10 clear of Josh Struik, the next fastest man on the track, and doing exactly what he needs to do to make sure he wraps up this championship tonight. As we said, if Simon Bishop wins this race, then Matt Dernedde just has to finish on the podium, and the championship is his. And this man here, Max Silva, he's now only 69 points behind the man who is leading the championship, Adam Gray, after he scored 39 points, and Adam Gray only managed to score 15 in that first race provisionally. So this has been a nice swing in favour of Max Silva. He had a difficult start to the season, I should say, but managed to fight back quite well. He's had a great run home and really set himself up for the back end of this championship to maybe even knock on the door into the final round of a Pro-Am championship.
Absolutely, as we've got a car 53 there. Somebody struggling off to the side of the circuit. That might be just to let some traffic through, but we are counting down to the end of this session. Bishop, bang, goes, you know what? I'm not done in this session yet. I'm on the front row of the grid. And guess what, Foggy? I'm still in this championship. That's what he's saying in his Kiwi helmet there.
That's exactly what he's saying in the exact accent. I'm pretty sure you've nailed that, Trev. I don't think I can get any more accurate Kiwi if I tried. I won't even try, actually. But he's flying at the moment. He's got a lot of pace in that car. This will be his last lap in this session, so this is his last opportunity. In the first qualifying session, he mucked up his last lap, so he won't want to get it wrong here. He'll want the opportunity to put this car on provisional pole and make Matt Dernedde have to be the one to do all the work in this final lap. We've got cars in the lane, so they're all done and dusted. Max Silva in the lane still sits 6th at the moment, so that is a very fast lap from the Defy Motorsports Pro-Am driver. He is flying in this second session. Braden Henderson only good enough for 8th, so cannot recreate that lap he had in the first qualifying session. What can Simon Bishop do as he runs towards the line? What is it going to be? It is only a 10th improved, so he's now a 10th clear. And I think Matt Dernedde is still on a lap maybe. We've only got a couple cars. Here we go, Matt Dernedde across the line. What does it look like for him? And he stays at the same time, so finishes. Everyone else gets one more go at this, Trev.
Absolutely. Matt Dernedde is done. He's back into the lane. 21.617. Don't forget about Josh Struik. He is looking good here. Matty Simmons back in the lane. That is a terrific performance from Max Silva. P1 in the Pro-Am class. No, Joshua. He has gone off the circuit there, and that could be his lap done and dusted. And Bishop is back into the lane also, and that is the end of this session. I don't think Struik's going to go quicker, is he? No. But Max Silva in the pit lane. Well, Max by name and Max by nature, because he's taken pole position in the Pro-Am class. As we go down the order, Wayne Tanner setting a statement there as well with pole in the AM class.
Wayne Tanner, what a result from sorry, I forgot his team name there for a second. My brain has decided to go blank on me. But from the Kiwi pit lane driver, and an update on that AM championship. Big swing in the points, Trev. It's now a 1-point gap between Wayne Tanner and Ian Stewart, with Wayne Tanner having a 1-point lead in the championship. So, huge swing.
Incredible stuff, isn't it? We'll have to keep an eye out on that. You can see there, Matt Dernedde, quickest in that first sector at 21.507, 27.8 in the second sector in the middle part of the lap, and a 32.105 to see him on a pole position by just over a 10th of a second. AM class, Tanner, Stewart, Boyd and Twining, 3.2 the gap there. But what about a qualifying session and a half from Max Silva? Silva is silver class, and he's got gold in silver class, if you know what I'm trying to say.
He does. And note as well, Riley Nicholson, second place in the silver class. Not sure where that puts him overall on the grid, but he's only 6/10 back. So Riley Nicholson has found a lot of pace around here as well. Adam Joy, a great result. So Riley starts 13th, Adam starts 14th, Nathan 15th. And yeah, we'll have to keep a very close eye on those drivers. The other drivers to keep a close eye on, Adam Elzine in the 16 car, James Hammond in the 59. Those Porsches are struggling around here. They had a few incidents, run ill of a couple drivers in in this race, and we'll have to keep a close eye, see if they can improve and have a better result. Hopefully tune those cars up to be a little bit more stable this time around.
Absolutely. Keeping an eye on this next race not too far away. Will we see Simon Bishop? He's a wily old customer, and that's for sure. Will he make a move? He's got that outside line, doesn't he? There for the start of race 2. Matt Dernedde, you've got to get up very early in the morning to beat Matt Dernedde. Then Struik and Simmons. My goodness me, if I had $1 for every time those two occupied the first front 2 rows of the grid. But special mention to Liam Tame as well, a man we know very well, car number 56 there. BCG doing very nicely, more than well represented inside this top 6. And Max Silver, as we are counting down, not long now before we see the drivers pull away on their second formation lap here of the evening. This is why we love sprint rounds, Foggy, because it's just short, sharp, fast action. And boy, Matt Dernedde is away. He might have jumped the gun here, has he? And now the rest of them are catching up with him.
Yeah, well, that is why we love sprint racing. It's short and sharp, and that's what this race is going to be. The first race went by in an absolute flash, and this man on screen, I saw a picture during the week of his father-in-law standing in front of the television at the end of that race, cheering like an absolute madman when he made the overtake on Simon Bishop. It's really, it is a great photo, and it just the family support that a lot of these drivers have is absolutely incredible. We've got obviously Nitro's mum, Brendan Henderson's mum, gets in the chat and is very active. I know Max Silver's mum is watching this evening all the way from Perth, WA, over in Western Australia. I know James Mason, his wife and his mum are watching this evening as well. It really is a family affair, this stuff. It's great to see so many drivers so well supported by their families in this series, because it just makes it so much better when you have your own little cheer squad cheering you on when you get out of the car at the end of the day. Absolutely,
and that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, they go hard out onto the circuit, that's for sure. We know that, but it really, truly is a very tight-knit sim racing community. But you get me all emotionally, Foggy. Can you stop? As we're getting ready to go racing. Matt Dernedde, though, in all seriousness, he is going to be a very difficult man to pass. That's for sure. Where do you think is the best possible place? Do you think, can you see Simon Bishop? We know he's a wily old customer, plenty of experience. Is he going to bide his time? But then again, he's got Struik and Simmons behind him as well for company, if you don't mind.
We've seen this before multiple times. Pretty much every race this season, actually, I want to say. We've seen Dernedde, Bishop, Struik. I've been told by some reliable sources it's the new Ham for Bot. Remember a couple of years ago, Hamilton, Bottas and Verstappen were 1, 2, 3 in any order pretty much all the time. This is the new Ham for Bot, Dernedde, Bishop and Struik.
Yep, it's better than BUT, GRO and PER, wasn't it? Absolutely, there was a few there. There we go, no need to go into that. I'll let your imagination fill in the gaps, but we're ready to start race 2 as this Laguna Seca circuit here. There's someone into the pits, we'll get to that in a moment, but we're almost ready to go. Dernedde and Simon Bishop, the two championship rivals, are going to ignite their championship rivalry once again. Down into turn 1. Is Bishop getting busy on the outside? No. He looks to go down the inside, if you don't mind. And is he going to make a move here? He's got his nose in front, Foggy.
Oh, here we go. This is side-by-side stuff between the two drivers. Jump back to the pit lane. A little bit of a server lag there, but here we go. That is Matt Dernedde holds on to the lead of this race. They're all still going in the background. We've got a car around. There's a yellow flag somewhere thrown up for a car. And I think we're all going again, though. The yellow flag is still there, so someone is facing the wrong way. It is Anthony Burrows, I believe, that is facing the wrong way. But Matt Dernedde leads this race from Simon Bishop, from Josh Struik, who has not gone backwards off the race start this time, and that is crucial for him, from Matt Simmons, Liam Tame, Aidan Holt, Lewis Atkinson, and Max Silver.
Unbelievable. Silver and Max Silver off the track.
Oh no!
2, 3, 4, where's that? Turn 5. He is off the circuit. And an incredible qualifying performance in Quali 2. Oh, he's struggling. He's got all sorts of stuff on his tyres. Not good stuff. And that is disastrous. And he's well down the field now.
That is disastrous for Max Silver. That is so frustrating. He's all the way back in 32nd. He will not be happy at all. All that hard work that he put in the first race to hold on to that class victory, or that class second place, I should say, has come unstuck in this race. He's now down the back, and Adam Gray crucially up in the 16th place. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on as this race progresses, as cars come into the pit lane for damage repair at the end of lap 1. So cars getting damaged already. This man on your screen, Adam Elzine, he is on a charge to fight back in this race. He didn't have the best first race, had a massive incident between himself and a bunch of cars after he lost it just here in race 1. He is pushing hard though to come back in race 2 and doing a great job so far in ninth place.
Certainly is, and don't forget Braden Henderson, yellow flags out for something. Car number 25, which I believe is Gordon. Yes, it is. There he is on your screen now. Car number 25 having an incident, but look at the cars in the lane with damage, as is that the Pied Piper. Well, he is off the circuit as well, heading to the corkscrew uphill.
Victim of the sausage curbs around here. They're bringing everybody unstuck as I lose my vision, never so temporarily. But that is another car that has come unstuck in this race by sausage curbs. Another Mercedes, nonetheless, that has come unstuck by the sausage curbs, and that is frustrating for the 81 car. Had a pretty quiet race 1. We didn't see too much of him, but usually quiet is a good thing because it means he stayed out of trouble.
Absolutely, and Bishop is down to 4th. Oh, there's contact!
Oh.
There's contact! Is that Tame and Bishop? Yuki and Max have hit each other.
Teammates, that is massive. He's going to wait for him as well. He's slowed right up. He's pinned his teammate, and he's now going to have to wait up to redress the position. That is massive. He's going to lose so much time, so many places, and he actually does hold up there, checks up. I think he's going to have to continue on though. Now that is Liam Tame ahead of Simon Bishop, and that is pretty much, if Matt Dernedde can stay where he is, handing the championship to Matt Dernedde, because Simon Bishop is now 16th.
Oh no, this is not how things were expected to go for Simon Bishop. And we saw him down in 4th, didn't we? Now he's right in that mid... Oh no! This is terrible. He has gone right into one of the Ferraris. I think it was James Barton. And he's gone right into the side of him at a considerable rate of knots. And Simon Bishop is... his afternoon here, his second race. His championship could be over.
This very much could be championship over for Simon Bishop. That is huge contact between his return to the pit lane. That's pretty much it. That is going to wrap it up unless something happens to Matt Dernedde here. So unless Matt Dernedde, well actually, no, I stand corrected. As long as Matt Dernedde scores any points in this race, it's now on Simon Bishop. Unless he can come back in this race to outscore Matt Dernedde, pretty much done. Matt Dernedde just has to finish the race now. And so that is, we'll have to wait and see. We won't call it until he's definitely across the line. But that is massive. That is a huge moment in this championship, in this race, and for this man on your screen, Matt Dernedde.
5 minutes in. How ironic. Well, we went back. Let's just take a breath. Breathe, Foggy. Breathe for me and find your vision back, because that also sounds like a pretty serious problem there, your vision. But, well, we went to Simon Bishop. He was in 4th, wasn't he? And the very next thing we saw was that he hit his own teammate in Liam Tame. And he must have had a bit of an incident earlier on, because he was right behind this man, wasn't he, when we last had a look at him. But now the gap is 3 seconds back to Matty Simmons. Aidan Holton up there as well. So that's not bad for the championship. And Struik now is battling with Henderson. This is getting spicy too.
This is getting very spicy. What is going on, Trevor Byers? What has happened? The gloves have come off. The gentleman's agreement has gone out the window. There's no friends here anymore on track. Not even teammates are friends anymore. Everybody is getting the gloves on with everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. And hopefully these two can have a bit of clean racing. Josh Struik, he'll be carrying some front end damage after that contact with the BCG cars earlier. Braden Henderson, after qualifying just down the bottom of the top 10 in this race, is now up into 5th. He's looking for a strong result in this race, which will be great for him. And this is Andre Sheppers, I just noticed, is leading the Pro-Am class. So he's sitting in 9th place at the moment. First in class, Riley Nicholson is second. Adam Gray, though, crucially in third.
Absolutely. That is a battle and a half, if you don't mind. Speaking of which, we've got yellow flags out for something. It's a huge train of cars go through the corkscrew part of the circuit. Joy is in the pits. He's got to stop go 30. And then Jimmy Barton, who got T-boned there. Look at the damage on the side of that number 91 Ferrari, but he's got that damage fixed and he's back out onto the circuit. Good news for him.
That is good news for him indeed. And the question is, what is going on with Simon Bishop? He's back on the circuit. Adam Joy has a 30-second stop go. Barton has a 30-second stop go. Max Silver is in 29th. So let's keep a close eye on what those point swings will look like. We'll bring you the numbers. Crucially, though, Wayne Tanner ahead of Ian Stewart, so that point swing will continue to go the way of the 97 car in the AM Championship.
Absolutely, and these championship battles, Foggy, if I can call you Foggy, we know each other quite well. It's a little bit informal, I know, isn't it? But Barton doing Barton things. He's got a stop-go penalty as well, but also Simon Bishop is not back out onto the circuit there. And there's some Simon Bishop fans behind that car in the pit lane. They're looking very casual, hands in pockets, arms crossed. Are they going to see their man back out onto the circuit this evening?
Well, I don't know. He was back out on the circuit, but it looks like he's back in the lane now. So I don't know what's going on for the number 1 car, whether he maybe just is parking it. But we'll have to follow up on that story as this race unfolds. But we crucially look at this battle that's going on for what is going to be third on the road, third in this race. Aiden Holton, Josh Struik, Braden Henderson. This will be Aiden Holton's best result if he can continue. His best result so far this season is a 5th place. He got way back in round 1 at Misano. So he's yet to have a podium this season. I think he definitely deserves one the way he's driven, but Josh Struik, he's going to try and put a stop to that if he can.
Absolutely, and boy, doesn't get much bigger than that, does it? Struik and Henderson right up your tailpipes. That is pressure with a capital P. Oh, did he look? These BMWs, they are in 1, 2, and 3, but they have looked a little bit twitchy around this circuit. And as soon as they've gone off the track, we always talk about there's not much grip out there, but they do look very twitchy at certain parts of the lap. And once again, he's running wide. Is that going to give Struik a chance down the inside at corkscrew?
It very well could give Struik a chance. This could be the position, the time they need to come off the circuit, run wide there, Aiden Holton, but he's coming under pressure now, Struik, from Braden Henderson. So it's really difficult when you're the car in the middle of a battle sandwich, as it were, because you want to try and look forward. You've also got to look behind you at the same time. Just a note quickly as we watch this battle continue to unfold. Look how close they are. Just a note on the Pro-Am Championship as it stands at the moment. If the results do not change between Adam Gray and Max Silver, if they finish where they are, as here we go, side by side now for Josh Struik. He's going to lose out of this. It could be a 2nd position loss for Aiden Holton as well. He wants to try and defend, but it looks like Braden Henderson is alongside. They're going to go side by side into turn 1, now down to turn 2, and that will be a position gain. Aiden looks for the switch back, but he's not quite close enough there. Getting back to my point, Adam Gray, Max Silver currently will score identical points in this race if it finishes how it is, with no penalties, no positional changes from here. They will finish on identical points, which means that gap stays at 93.
And don't forget the final round as well, the grand finale. We've got, I'm sure we've got some details about that. Can't give too much away at this stage, but we are over 1/3 race distance here for race 2 here this evening. 32 degrees track temperature. Little bit of useless information there, but not really, because the track is very, very warm. No sign of rain as car number 56 I don't know why I automatically go down to the bottom of the order. Is it Liam Tame? And there's a Porsche of Hammond, I think it is. Car 59 and Liam Tame, car 56. They are in a bad way. They've made contact. We know Liam shouldn't really be there, but his teammate and himself had an incident. BCG not faring too good in race 2.
No, this has been a difficult race for BCG 1. They had such a good race in race 2, sorry. They had such a good race 1, and this has not gone their way. Race 2 has been incredibly frustrating for them. James Hammond now down to 24th, and he will be incredibly frustrated with that, and have to get to the bottom of that. I'm sure it's going to be a long night ahead for our stewards to look at all of these incidents, and yeah, this has not been good. But this is the Macca's BMW, the CP Motorsport car of Matt Boyd on the screen now. He's currently sitting in 28th place, and Max Silva is chasing him down at the moment. I think they're not too far away from each other. That's the race leader on the screen, I think, catching Matt Boyd. So we have to keep a close eye on that because he's starting to close into laps of cars now.
8.8 seconds is the gap. He's got plenty of time if he's good enough. Let's have a look at our leaders once again. Top 9 occupied by the pro class. James Machin as well. He's got some damage to that car, but we didn't really see him too often in race 1. He was sort of down at the back, wasn't he, doing not too much about it in race 1. But race 2, he's inside the top 10. Huge battle behind him, but look at this battle. Pro-Am, if you don't mind, Nicholson and Sheppers. Boy, this is unbelievable. Gray is involved there as well. Hutton not too far behind him. Foggy, is there a better seat in the house than the one we've got to this battle in the Pro-Am class?
There is not a better seat in the house at all. Gray, Hutton, Sheppers, Nicholson. Nicholson now leads the Pro-Am class. It's the first time he's led the Pro-Am class on merit all season, I believe. So this is a great result for him. He drives off the circuit. As I say that, please do not make me eat my words. Riley Nicholson, keep it on the circuit as he drives off again. What are you doing, Riley? What is going on? This is going to open Sheppers up to look down the inside into turn number 5, and he has got that done. So he loses the class lead now. Immediately had to eat my words. Commentators cursed him, and that is very frustrating. But there's a long way to go again in this race. Still over half-rate distance. Loose on exit. There was a snap from a Sheppers. They're going to draw side-by-side into the corkscrew. You do not want to go side-by-side through here, Trevor Byers.
Oh.
This is not a place for cars to be too wide, but they're going to do it. There's a bit of contact, and Riley is turned. He's facing the wrong way.
And you said it, Foggy, that he... Oh, Sheppers is off.
Oh!
You said it, Foggy. 2 does not go into 1, especially at the corkscrew corner, and they've both lost out. My goodness. Hutton goes through into the lead, and I don't think we've seen Nicholson. Now we've got him back, and he is going to be having to play catch-up here. Oh, my goodness me. It's a lot easier up here in the commentary box, Isaac Fogarty, but let me tell you, we could see that coming a mile away.
I could see that coming. Could see that coming before we even got there. I called it. Said you cannot go too wide through the corkscrew, and they just demonstrated a perfect reason why. And now Les Sandwith finds himself on the Pro-Am podium. What will be 13th on the road on correction as Nick Carter gets past him. 3rd in class. This is a great result for the Team XV driver. He's doing a wonderful job at the moment. Drew Griffin as well, his teammate 14th. Riley back down to 15th. Adam Gray crucially up 2 more spots. That will mean he grows his championship lead at this stage against Max Silva. I am struggling to breathe, Trevor Byers, because this racing we've had for the last 2 rounds has been unbelievable.
Well, there's one thing that we need, Foggy, in this championship, and that is oxygen. And let me tell you, you take some deep breaths, get that oxygen into your system, because we've got half a race to go here. As who are we looking at now? Sandwith there, 1.6 seconds. Griffin, and there he is. Nicholson after that incident. Horvath down there as well. Sheppers, whatever you want to call him. Just don't call him late for dinner there. Burrows as well in the pro class, well down the field. Tanner, Mr. Tanner, Wayne Tanner, that is. We spoke about this championship this championship, as it stands now, is going to well and truly go down to the final round of the season, as he runs a little bit deep there, but Struik is a few seconds behind him, as we haven't heard much from Mr. Worldwide there in Boyd, as we see twining into the pits. His night could be done, and Liam Tame also into the pits. Is that both BCG cars done?
Liam's been in there for quite some time. I think he's pretty much packed it in after that contact, which is disappointing for the BCG driver. I would have liked to have seen him continue on, try and claw some points back, but he has parked it in the pit lane, and will end his night. A very up and down night. Had a great first race, but the second race, that's a couple of contact with his teammate, and then contact with I believe it was Hammond that he had contact with, if memory serves correct, and that is a very frustrating end to his evening. But it's all about this man at the moment. 12 minutes to go. He leads the race, setting himself up to lock up this championship. Trevor Byers, what can we say about this man? He's had a breakout season, hasn't he? Really showed his true colours at the back end of season 1. Was in position to win at Zolder after a rare mistake from Simon Bishop, and then made a mistake himself on the last lap to lose the position to Simon Bishop. Got overtaken on the final lap. Where have we heard that one before? Stayed with Simon Bishop pretty much the entire way through the final race of the season at Imola. Came out with a bang this season, won round 1, didn't win again until we got to Bathurst when he won the sprint race. He's only been off the podium on one occasion this season. Has finished on the podium in every other race. If that's not consistency, I don't know what is. And to top it all off, last time out at Spa, he got his last lap redemption when he was the one that overtook the race leader, Simon Bishop, to take victory and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, if I guess you could say, on that final lap. So a real full redemption arc for this man, and he's about to lock up a championship to boot.
11 minutes and 40-something seconds away. That's all that separates this man on the track between not only the race win, not for the first time, he has been Mr. Consistency throughout the course of the season. Simon Bishop will be handing the crown across to this man, Matthew Dernedde. And we know he's not home yet, but just over 11 minutes remaining. 3.8 seconds back to this man. Here's another man who knows a thing or two about winning and getting the jaws of defeat. The jaws, what am I talking about? To quote you there, Liam. No, you're not Liam. What am I talking about? That's sorry about that. But Josh Struik in third, 10.5 seconds further back, and Aidan Holton as well. It's going to be a good night as well for this team. And boy, this is also going to go a long way to the team's championship as well in terms of wrapping things up for them with one round to go.
Yeah, it's been a great swing. There are other rivals who've had difficult evenings. If one car's performed well, the other car necessarily hasn't performed well. So this is going to be a great swing of points for CP Motorsports. Should all but wrap up the team's championship for them as well. So a great result for this team to come out swinging this season. And really just, they've really nailed that driver lineup of Matt Dernedde and Aidan Holton. Aidan just complements Matt perfectly, gets the results that he needs to just help with that team's battle, and he's done what he's needed to do. He's ticked the boxes that he's needed to tick, and that is exactly what you want from your, I wouldn't necessarily call him a second driver, but in this situation with the performances that Matt Dernedde has had this season, he very much is the second driver. So congratulations to CP Motorsports on what has been a great season. I don't think it's necessarily going to be done yet, but it will be a tough ask for anyone to knock him off the top spot at the final round in Valencia.
Well, absolutely. And you could say there was that famous team radio, wasn't there, all those years ago? Not bad for a number 2 driver. Cheers. Smacked the glass of water down on the table. Do you remember that? They didn't give him the front wing, did they? But, oh, hello, Mr. Henderson. This is a very good battle. And the young man, Adam Elzine, I cannot get over how impressive this young man is. 14 years of age. I don't think the PlayStation 2 had even come out when I was 14, but this man is doing incredible things in this number 16 Porsche here, and he's absorbing pressure from Henderson behind him.
Yeah, and he was beating himself up quite a lot after the first race. He was very frustrated, was not happy with the mistake that he made. He spun at the turn coming up, turn 4, and just flicked the car around when he thought he was clear. It was into a line of traffic, and it's a mistake we've all made before, and he was very frustrated, said that he wasn't too happy with himself, and he was just reminded, you know, we all make mistakes. The important thing is to learn from it and to move forward without making the same mistake again, and that's exactly what he has done today. He has moved forward, not made the same mistake again. He's learnt from it, and it's yielding a 5th place on the road at the moment, which is an amazing result for this young driver. Looking down at the field as well, looks like Riley Nicholson has got himself back into the Pro-Am podium, which is great to see. Shepherd continues to drop down. He's now down into 21st. Crucially, though, for Wayne Tanner, there is a sizable gap, a 3-position gap between himself and Ian Stewart for the Pro-Am Championship, and he is sitting in quite a strong position to take a relatively commanding lead.
Yep, he certainly is. It's looking good here. 7.5 minutes to go on your Friday evening as a couple of Mustangs bounce across the curbs there. Is that Burrows and Horvath? Yes, it is. There they go. Line astern, Matt Dernedde with the fastest lap as well as the race lead. But we are counting down now. Just 7 minutes to go in this one. Some very good battles there as we see the Macca's cars getting out of the way. James Machin there, like we said, a quiet race 1, but he's going to do very nicely here in race 2. He's catching Shepherd, and he is following the Shepherd here on this occasion. He's getting very close to him, of course. Shepherd doing well, of course, as well. Lewis Atkinson, I'd love a penny for your thoughts on him. We know that he's might have been a little bit rusty coming into both races this evening, but solid inside that top 10. How have you seen his performance here this evening?
Well, yeah, I don't think we haven't seen too much of him. He hasn't been on our screen too much, and as I said for Piper earlier, I think that's a good thing. When you're not seeing too much of someone, it usually means they're doing a good job. And he gets loose there. It's very loose BMW, but yeah, debut in this series. I said in the driver's briefing tonight that everyone needed to make him feel welcome, and I think he's actually got away with a fairly nice welcome. Actually, no one's really been too hard on him tonight. He's kept to himself. He gave that position up to Liam in the first race. Now he's just sitting in ninth, running all to himself. He's got a fair gap to the car ahead and a fair gap to the car behind. Machin pretty close to Shepherd though. And that'll be a change of position soon, I would imagine, as these two continue to battle it out. Yes, Lewis Atkinson, nothing negative to say about that man this evening. He's put in a great performance.
Absolutely, very clean, very professional, just like the umpires in AFL, which is what we play down here in the southern states. And if you don't notice them, they're always doing a good job. But Machin is closing in on a Shepherd, and let me tell you, he might be a Shepherd, and Machin is following him indeed. But let me light up your eyes to that gap at the front, because it's down to 2.5. Have we got a final twist in the tail by any chance? Could it happen with under 5 to go here?
I don't know. I think Matt Dernedde, he's probably just not pushing too hard. He knows that he has the pace in the car. He doesn't want to do anything silly to cost him a race win here. Just has to keep his head down, do the job that he is currently doing, and he will be champion. And I think that gap to Matt Simmons is just because Matt Dernedde is staying comfortable, not pushing the car to the absolute limit. And that's pretty smart. James Machin has dropped off the back of John Shepherd a little bit now, so we started to pull away. You see his wife there in the chat cheering him on. We love the family support. We love the cheer squad. And with 4 minutes to go, there is a bit of work he'll have to do if he wants to close back up on the back of Shepard. But still, 8th place for this man who's had a bit of an up and down day would be a great result to finish out this Laguna Seca race. It definitely has been a challenging circuit for a lot of drivers, and yeah, not the way that we wanted it to go for most of them. Quite a few hard luck stories up and down the field. It's man on our screen is going to have a relatively decent end to this race with an 8th place. Nothing to scoff at. No,
absolutely, and a big hello to Mrs. Shepard there, Mrs. Shepard, Mrs. Machen, I mean. Big hello to Mrs. Shepard as well. I'm sure if there is a Mrs. Shepard or Mr. Shepard, okay, I'll moving right along. 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this race. I tell you what, it doesn't take me long to start digging a hole for myself. But we'll get back to the front. How about we do that, Isaac? That's a good idea. 3 minutes remaining. 19 laps completed. 2.7 seconds between Dernedde and Simmons. And absolutely, if you had one of those F1 leaderboards, it would be Struik there, as we had the old Hambot Ver, didn't we? And the Butt-Grow Perez, that was one we mentioned earlier on today, which was very tricky. But Aidan Holton for CP Motorsports, he could come home in 4th place there. Henderson in 5th, Elzine in 6th, and then it is Shepard, Machen, I beg your pardon, Atkinson is closing up here. This is not done and dusted. It's not for the first time we see a BMW struggling through that corner. Yeah, this is a struggle streak for the BMW. That's that little right-hander that is, I believe, turn 6. I'm still learning. They do a bit of a strange corner numbering system around here because, oh, massive moment for Lewis Atkinson, and that's the 2nd time I've seen him get loose through that corner. And that would be, he's going to have to try and catch it. He's going to come under pressure here from Nathan Hutton as he looks up the inside into the final corner. And that was a huge slide for the 151 car. And I was just going to comment, we've seen him get loose through that corner earlier in this race. We made comment of it then. And it's just not seeming to grip up the way he would want it to around this circuit. No, absolutely. Is there an opportunity here for Mr. Atkinson on Hutton? Of course, well, you know the drill. As soon as the camera's on them, they start sliding around. Oh no. Oh no, that poor old number 3 copped it. But let's head back to the front. Before we do that, Hutton is leading, of course. Gray in 2nd in the Pro-Am class, and then Nicholson. Those boys did have a chance, but Wayne Tanner, oh my goodness, did he realise how close he came to disaster then? Liam is... Liam, I've done it again! I'm so sorry, Isaac. What am I... I've got Liam on the break. He's not even in the race. But anyway, Tanner leading the way, and Piper there almost cleaned up Tanner on that occasion at turn 2. Yeah, it's getting intense between these guys at the moment. They're racing each other pretty hard for the back end of the top 20. Piper, oh, he's got loose there. That's a big moment. He's held on to it, and he'll come under pressure now from Burrows. That just sort of opens up Tanner a little bit, just to have a bit of a free kick. It's 30 seconds to go in this race. This will be the final lap, Trevor Byers, and with his wife watching along, Caitlin at home watching this man on our screen, Matt Dernedde. He is just a few corners away from being Season 2 champion. Unbelievable. It's not often you get to experience this moment for the first time. I know I certainly haven't. But this is the moment that Matt Dernedde, 3, 2, 1, 0, has the baton being passed across from Simon Bishop to this man, Matt Dernedde. He's been Mr. Consistency all season long, and now he will be crowned champion here for Season 2 of AGT on ACC. He wins the race, and that is more than enough to get his hands on the championship trophy. Matt Simmons has finished 2nd. Oh, there's a spicy battle going on here, but Josh Struik is going to come through to finish 3rd. Aidan Holton not too far behind him, but my goodness, what a championship, what a season we've seen from that man in car number 51. Take away the 5, then you've got a 1, and that is where he has finished in this championship season, as we see the young man Elzine coming across the line as well to take P6.
Yeah, Matt Dernedde, he is the AGT ACC Season 2 champion with a round 2 spare. And it's better than Simon Bishop. He had to go to the final round with all the pressure on him. But Matt Dernedde has wrapped it up in a brilliant race, a brilliant result. Adam Elzine comes home in 6th. Hutton takes his second-class victory of the season with a 9th place. Lewis Atkinson 10th. Adam Gray crucially scoring points in 12th place. Wayne Tanner will shore up his AM Championship run by coming home in 18th place if he can hold on from here. But what a result for the man that won this race. Here's Wayne Tanner through the final corner now, gasses it up out of the corner. Matt Dernedde, take a bow. What a season it has been. He is now one of the most winningest drivers on the grid. I believe 4 race wins for the season, which is the most of any driver. He has been so consistent, super dominant this season, and it has just been an unbelievable performance from the CP Motorsports driver.
It's been a pleasure to watch all season long. We hope you've enjoyed it at home as well. And thank you to everybody for getting involved as well, of course, across on the AGT YouTube channel. But there are the final results on your screen. Dernedde from Simmons taking the race tonight and the championship to boot. Struik in 3rd. And Hutton in the Pro-Am class there, as you can see, taking the win. Gray in 2nd. Nicholson, very good fight back from him as well. And then Wayne Tanner, Ian Stewart, and Boyd there, your top 3 in the AM class. Well done to everybody here this evening. And despite the championship being wrapped up, I've got to tell you some good news. We are back again, Isaac Fogarty, next week with round 10, the grand finale of this championship. And boy, oh boy, that is going to be huge on August the 29th. 15-minute qualifying, 30 and 60-minute race there to round off a beautiful season as well here for AGT Season 2. That's going to be terrific.
It's going to be absolutely terrific. Just keep in mind, the Top Order Championship might be done, the Pro Championship, the Drivers Championship, it might be sorted, but we still have an AM Championship to decide, we still have a Pro-Am Championship to decide, and we still have a Teams Championship to decide. So 3 championships on the line going into this final round. There's still so much to play for, still so much reason for our drivers to perform in this final round, and it's not over till it's over, Trevor Byers. It might be over for the overall championship and who's going to win that, but it's not over for everything else, so definitely something to keep an eye on. Also happy to confirm, final round with the sprint feature layout, we will be having an interview with the man who won the championship tonight, Matt Dernedde. He will be stepping into the interview room with yourself, Trevor Byers, and going into the hot seat, so get your questions ready, because you'll get to ask him anything you want.
Absolutely. Championship winner in our commentary box. Unbelievable. We'll be rolling out the red carpet for that one Friday, August the 29th. All the details are there on your screen. And boy, that has been a terrific night of entertainment. We know you've enjoyed it at home as well. The American Super Sprint here at Laguna Seca Raceway in the beautiful state of California, in the beautiful United States of America. And how fitting we're seeing the sunset here at Laguna Seca. Isaac Fogarty, thank you for being alongside me here this evening. Cannot wait for the season finale in 2 weeks' time, but thank you once again for a great night's worth of entertainment.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Trevor Byers. It's been an absolute pleasure to share the commentary box with you once again. Very sad that we only have one more round before the season is over, so I only get to share the commentary box with you for AGT for one more round, and then that's it for the season. We're done and dusted. But I will savour every moment because it has been an absolute pleasure. And yet again, a great night of racing. Brilliant to watch. Can't wait to do it all again in 2 weeks' time.
Like I always say, don't be upset that it's ending. Let's just be happy for the journey that we've been on since the first week of May. It's hard to believe that this season is winding up. That is our lot here this evening. It's been great to have your company. A big shout out as well to TrackSpotTV. This broadcast brought to you by TrackSpotTV. Head over to the website, allthews.trackspot.tv, and elevate your broadcasts to new heights with a team of experienced, high-quality commentators, bringing the energy and the excitement to each and every race, and that is what it is all about. It is very much time for a revolution or an evolution in the sim racing world. Head across to the website if you want to get involved. Send us a message, but that is all we have time for. Have a safe and a very, very happy weekend. Like I always say, be kind to one another, and don't forget the grand finale for Season 2 of AGT on ACC will be Friday, the 29th of August. Stay tuned for that one. But until then, it's goodbye from everybody here at TrackSpot TV and AGT. We'll see you next time around.
Been trying to change what I've been trying to say. Words don't come straight from my head to my mouth. It's such a shame that it fell out of place. Was never me that was bringing you down. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted.